that'll be edited out. Okay, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and why you're here.
Right, I'm Jaxon Thomas. I'm a current QT student, third year. Just doing mechanical engineering, and love rocketry. It's my main hobby. I'm loving it so far.
So tell me, how did you get into rocketry?
What's it? A couple of years ago, before I moved up to Queensland, in about 2018, there was a friend my mum got in contact with. She used to work for SpaceX.
Wow.
And she sent me a little model Falcon 9. We got to build it with the next door neighbor and drove out to a launch site, just a small one in Sydney. Took us like 2 hours because we had to get it by train. And launched it. And unfortunately, both first times were a bit rough. Let's just say the shock cord was initially too short because it was a little bit of elastic. So it snapped on the first launch, came down pretty okay. And second time was a bit too thick. Not naming who did this.
Was you?
No. Not naming who did it. But they gave me too thick of a shock cord for how small the rocket was. Caused it to be too top heavy.
Yep.
So the second left the rod, nearly hit the crowd and nearly straight into a tree stump. So now it's currently sitting comfortably in my cabinet.
Nice. Well, as long as you've still got it, yeah, that's good. That's a good outcome.
But yeah, no, like I think I knew from that point, like even from the failures, I still I've still loved it, the whole process.
Awesome. So how old were you then?
Ooh, 2018, I was probably 14.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So I guess how many rockets did you own and launch between 14 years old and going to uni?
So between 14 and like when I first started doing stuff at QRS, there was a huge gap. Like just primarily just moving up to Queensland in 2018, and then just trying to find a club. But first we were just trying to settle down, get myself into new high school.
Yep.
But I think it was about a 3-year gap or something. Then found QRS, which has been an amazing experience so far. Absolutely lovely people there. And I think I've owned, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5, and I think maybe 6. About 6 rockets so far.
Yep.
So that's 2 low powers, 1 mid power, and 2 high powered. Oh, hang on, sorry, I got my math here wrong. 3 high powers now, and then 1 mid power, which is the new Falcon 9. I've got another one now.
Yep.
And then 2 low powers. Yeah, 6.
Sort of the 2 low power.
Yep. So, what were they? One was a little kit. One was a little kit. So the little, what was it called? It came in a pack of 2, but the little one was screwed up. I can't remember its name for the life of me.
Estes?
It was Estes.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mini Callisto, if I were to explain it.
Yeah.
And I've launched that thing I think it's my most launched rocket so far.
Awesome.
Has a little bit of cosmetic damage from a little Estes igniter.
Yeah.
But.
And what about you bought a rocket on a launch day?
I did.
Yes.
So I haven't been able to build that so far. But I'm going to build it after the modified Dark Star I've got going. Project Eden.
Nice. And so yeah, thanks to Endeavour Aerospace for allowing sales at the launch days. That's great.
Yeah, they've been amazing. Like they've pretty much just revived the entire rocketry industry in Australia.
Fantastic. Okay, talk to me a little bit about, because I know you went through it's like an M1 or a TMP one. Yep. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yep. So there was a friend who I was conferring with, and she had already done her L1 and L2 at that point.
Okay.
And she was sort of mentoring me like up to a L1 stage. But at that point when I built it, it was a little Callisto, beautiful kit. So she helped me, guide me through the process of making an L1 rocket.
Yep.
And
you can drop her name if you want, unless you wouldn't like to hear it.
I'd probably just keep it confidential.
Oh, that's fine.
It's been a while since we last talked.
Okay. That's all fine.
But we built it a while ago, and we flew it on a H115.
Yep.
When I was about 16. I think you were there. Yeah, you were the one who certified me.
Correct. That's how I know you did it.
Yep, that's how you know I did it. But because I was 16 at the time, obviously I couldn't get my explosive license for the L1.
Yep.
So I got myself certified through Tripoli through like a mentorship program.
Yep.
So it became what is called an M1 instead of L1. So it's basically just an introductory program for 18 unders.
Yep.
To enter the high power rocketry scene.
And did that convert straight over to L1, or did you do
Yep.
another You didn't do another L1 cert flight?
Nope.
Okay.
It just converts straight over because I've already built the experience, and I've already proven myself that I was able to build a high power rocket and launch it, recover it safely. So the second I turned 18, I was at that stage, converted straight into an L1.
Awesome, that's great.
And since then, I've had to get my licensing through the government and all that.
Yeah, that's great.
Of course, but
maybe just talk to me now about just a couple of notable flights, or a couple of flights or launches that you remember that stick out in your mind. Doesn't have to be high power, can be low power.
Yeah, just low power. So there've been a few. Obviously, the ones at the very beginning when I first started talking about like rocketry.
Yep.
Like I will remember those days forever. Like seeing my first two rockets like nearly fail and destroy themselves. So those two were the most memorable.
Yep.
Next one was definitely my Callisto L1 launch.
Nice.
Seeing that thing on a Sparky motor H115, beautiful. I'll forever remember that day.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's good to see meet people that have the passion for rocketry, similar to what I do. So now tell me, what are your short-term plans?
So right now, as I probably dropped a name there, Project Eden.
Yep.
So I'm working on my level 2 at the moment. I'm expecting to do that either at the August 10th event for Queensland Rocketry or at the Endeavour Cup in Whitecliffs.
So tell me why. Maybe tell me a little bit about the rocket, what like dimensions and what sort of altitude,
Yep.
What sort of motor you're going to use for your L2, that sort of stuff.
Yep. So it's a modified Dark Star 3 kit from Wildman.
Nice.
I have shortened it a little to just get the right altitudes for both the Cedar Grove launch site and also the Whitecliffs launch site.
Yep.
So now the absolute main thing, two key aspects of this thing, was to get my L2 and to do the Endeavour Cup in one hit.
Yep.
So its current height is about 205 centimeters.
Yep.
3-inch diameter, dual deployment.
So, and its current 205 centimeters.
Yeah, 205,
okay.
205.
So, yep. My brain registered 2.05. That doesn't sound right. Sorry, go on.
It's a very short rocket.
Yes, very.
So it's a dual deployment mid separation.
Yep.
And on my L2 launch, I'm expecting to run on a J270 to about 3,500 feet. And then for the Endeavour Cup, going to about 9,700 feet on a K850.
Oh, nice.
K805.
805, yeah. So tell me, how did you give yourself confidence that the rocket was still going to be safe after you'd modified it?
Yep. So I made sure to go through all the calculations and effective simulations through OpenRocket. And I did a lot of research. Like from now until like when the Endeavour Cup was first announced, it has been like a 9-10 month process.
Nice.
So I've been researching the hell out of this rocket.
Yep.
Just making sure every nook and cranny is perfect.
So tell me, how did you verify like CG and CP? Any changes in those as a result of the modification?
Yep. So OpenRocket, like usual, center of pressure is the hard one to get right.
Yep.
Because you have to do a lot of advanced calculations, which I'm not too familiar with.
Yep.
That is something I'll have to research for future purposes if I want to just verify it.
Yep.
But the center of gravity is rather easy. Once you've built your rocket in OpenRocket and also in real life, you compare and contrast where it is, see where you went wrong in OpenRocket compared to real life. What you do is, what I normally do is I just place it on a very thin surface for the rocket, without the motor, of course.
Yep.
and then find at what point does it nearly balance or perfectly balance on a point.
So there's a shortcut as well for determining center of pressure. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but we can talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you come up with the name Project Eden?
It was actually inspired through my grandparents' names. I never met them.
One was called Project and the other one was called Eden?
I just said Project. No, Project is not actually part of it. I just said Project.
Okay. So it's Eden. The rocket's name is Eden?
Rocket's name is Eden. Okay. Sorry, I should have said that.
All good.
So yeah, it's derived from my grandparents' names. I'm not entirely sure about the second half, but Ed is what my granddad used to be called.
Okay. Yep.
Unfortunately, I've never met them, but I'm always referred to, like, from my mum and extended family, that I'm very much like him in terms of thinking.
That's great. It's not great that you didn't get to meet them, but it's great that you can sort of honour them that way. And
it's like a big honour. Yeah. And a little thing I'm going to do with this rocket at Endeavour. I'm going to print out like a little photo of them. Wow. And I'm going to stuff it into the avionics bay.
Yep, nice.
As like a bit of a tribute.
Yeah, that's great. It's fabulous. Very nice. So tell me now, post L2, what are your sort of mid to long-term plans in rocketry?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was thinking about just experimenting with different types of rockets. So at some point I was thinking about doing cluster motors,
nice.
Just on smaller stages.
Yep.
Maybe even considering doing a Starship build. Not 2-stage, but just a mid-sep for the Starship.
Yep.
So either that, maybe even looking into just not hybrid. That'll probably be like an L3 venture for me. Just see how we go. Really, just haven't really had too long of a term plan, but that's sort of what I've had.
Let me know when you're ready to get into cluster rocketry. I love it. It is expensive for motors, but otherwise it's great.
Obviously starting with low power because I don't entirely know. Might even try 2-stage at some point.
So there are plans then for an L3 in the future?
100%.
Okay.
That'll be definitely a few years down the line, I reckon.
Yep.
Like maybe if or when I finish uni.
Yep.
Just see how the chips fall.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'll need to build up experience before that point. So definitely do a lot of L2 launches.
Yep.
Definitely dual deploy. That's what I need to work on.
Yeah, well, certainly from what I've seen of your L2 rocket, it's very well constructed, and it's also using the dual deploy and the redundancy and all that sort of stuff. So you're doing all the right things for an L3 launch. And the final question then, what do you plan on doing after you graduate?
I was just thinking about, obviously, I'm not going to mention all that. I was going to start small with a few engineering firms, like maybe a CNC company, because right now at my current place in the degree, I was thinking I'm liking the manufacturing kind of space in the engineering world.
Yep.
So I might just start small with like a small engineering firm, CNC, then work myself incrementally, maybe up to Gilmore Space or Rocket Lab. Those are the big hopes.
From what I remember, there's a lot of ex-QT people at Rocket Lab. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I think there are people there at Rocket Lab.
Yeah. So it's that would be a good destination. I think a good goal to look at because they're obviously doing a lot more over there than we're doing here on the professional.
If I'm trying to stay as close to home as possible because basically all the family I've ever known are either here or in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Which I have a citizenship with, so that's good. So if anything starts up there, I might go there. Who knows?
Wow, that is handy. And I think there's a fairly active rocketry scene in the UK as well, both sort of amateur and professional. Places like Rocket Lab may even have launch sites in Europe. So.
No, I think right now they've only got America and New Zealand.
Okay. I stand corrected. Any final thoughts? Any final comments?
No.
Anything you want to do to encourage the next generation, or
honestly, take your time, and don't rush it. That's probably the best advice. Do not rush your rockets.
Yep.
But at the same time, don't be an absolute perfectionist. There'll always be one thing that you miss.
Yep.
So don't kick yourself in the ass or butt, whatever. If this is going to be censored or whatever.
Yep.
Just don't kick it if there's one mistake. And if you do fail on a launch, don't dwell on it.
Yep.
There's always the future. It's a stepping stone.
Yeah, as one of our best ever rocketry club members said after he destroyed his 10.5-inch diameter sledgehammer rocket, I believe it was, hey, that's rocketry. If you don't like it, take out my car.
Precisely. You're always going to have at least one failure. You're never going to have a clean slate record of launches.
How many of your rockets that you bought are you still in possession of?
All of them. I've got every single last rocket to my possession. None have been lost so far. The only rocket that's had a near absolute catastrophic failure is my Callisto. I tried that on an F motor, never again, because that fin, funnily enough, the fin didn't break. It was the glue joints that broke. So if that's not a testament to how indestructible that kit is, highly recommended, by the way, Public Missiles Callisto. Perfect L1 rocket.
And just choose your epoxies wisely.
Very. Got to be very careful of that too.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Appreciate the time, Jaxon. And we'll meet up again to continue down your path towards the L2.
Awesome.
I'll give Greg a call later today. Oh, not a call. Probably send him a text message later today.
Yep. Too easy.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
This is my job now.